Elon Musk, one of the most influential figures in the world, was caught off guard by his 4-year-old son, XAA12, during a live TV broadcast. This wasn't just another day at the office for Musk. It turned into something far more memorable, and it's all because of one innocent yet shocking moment. But what exactly happened? Keep watching, because this story will leave you questioning the future, technology, and even the power of kids. The stage was set. The atmosphere was buzzing with excitement. The cameras were rolling, the lights were bright, and everyone from tech leaders to curious spectators knew they were about to witness something big. The event was one of the most highly anticipated moments of the year. The crowd sat in anticipation, eager for the next groundbreaking announcement, but little did they know, this night would be remembered for something entirely different. In the front row, a familiar face sat with his partner, Grimes, and their young son, XAA12. The camera occasionally panned to them, showing Grimes trying her best to keep X settled in her lap. But the boy, only 4 years old, was a ball of energy, bouncing in her lap and curiously eyeing everything around him. His eyes kept darting back and forth between the bright lights and the towering figure of his father on stage. He couldn't contain his curiosity, and what happened next was something no one could have predicted. Elon Musk, calm as always, stepped onto the stage, greeted by thunderous applause. His steady voice filled the room as he began speaking to millions of viewers watching from around the world. "Thank you for joining us tonight," he said, his words carrying far beyond the venue. "Tonight we'll explore an idea that could redefine our future, one that challenges what we believe is possible." The crowd was hanging on to his every word, eagerly waiting for the technological breakthrough he was about to unveil. But just as Elon started to talk about his vision of the future, something unexpected happened. XAA12, still full of energy, started to fidget in Grimes's lap, tugging at her sleeve and pointing towards the stage. Grimes whispered something to him, trying to calm him down, but it was clear that X had other plans. As Elon continued speaking, the cameras shifted their focus to XAA12, who had wriggled free from his mother's hold and stood up, heading straight for the stage. The room went silent, and the audience gasped. Elon noticed the movement out of the corner of his eye and paused for a split second. Before anyone could react, XAA12 made his way across the stage, determined and focused, and grabbed the microphone from his father's hands. The audience sat in stunned silence, unsure if this was part of the planned presentation or an unscripted interruption. The world had just witnessed something no one was expecting, a 4-year-old grabbing the microphone from one of the most famous entrepreneurs in the world. What followed was pure magic. XAA12 stood there, holding the mic, looking out at the audience. The crowd let out nervous chuckles as they tried to make sense of the situation. Elon, still somewhat in shock, quipped, "Looks like we have a new speaker tonight." His voice was light-hearted, but it was clear he was trying to keep the situation under control. But as XAA12 stood there, the room held its breath. What would he say? The child, unfazed by the crowd, the cameras, or the gravity of the moment, took the mic in both hands and, with surprising clarity, said, "Daddy says robots will take over the world." The words hung in the air, and the audience didn't know whether to laugh or sit in stunned silence. Was this just a child's innocent remark, or was it something more? Elon's expression was a mix of shock and disbelief as he stood frozen, unsure how to react to what his son had just said. Grimes, her hands covering her mouth, looked at Elon in confusion, while the room felt heavier, as though the words X had spoken had shaken the very core of the event. XAA12 wasn't done yet. He adjusted his grip on the microphone, glancing around the room as if he was about to double down on his statement. And then, without missing a beat, he said, "Daddy says I might make robots when I grow up." This time, the audience reacted, with nervous laughter, unsure of what to make of the whole situation. Elon, visibly flustered, placed a gentle hand on his son's shoulder. He smiled awkwardly and said, "That's some big ambition right there." The crowd chuckled, but there was still a tension in the air as everyone tried to process what had just happened. As XAA-12 handed over the mic to his father, the room erupted into applause, not for the technology Elon had come to unveil, but for the unforgettable moment that had just taken place. The cameras captured Grimes, still, in shock, as she reached for her son, embracing him tightly. Elon stood silently for a moment, trying to regain his composure. The audience applauded, but the lingering tension in the air was undeniable. The event was no longer about the future of technology. It was about what this child had just revealed. Backstage, away from the cameras and the spotlight, Elon and Grimes shared a quiet moment, processing the chaos that had just unfolded. Elon sat beside Grimes, his son, completely oblivious to the impact of his words, playing with a toy he had brought along. Grimes broke the silence, half laughing and half disbelieving. Well, that wasn't exactly how I pictured tonight going. Elon, still trying to come to terms with the moment, let out a small chuckle. He's got good instincts, he said, though his voice carried a hint of concern. Maybe a little too good. Grimes raised an eyebrow, asking, "You told him he might build robots?" Elon shrugged. "We've had a few talks, didn't think he'd make his debut announcement on live TV, though." They both laughed quietly, but it was clear that Elon's mind was still racing. After a moment, Elon placed a hand on XAA-12's shoulder. "You know, son," he said softly, "you might have stolen the show tonight, but next time, maybe give me a little heads up." XAA-12, grinning from ear to ear, looked up at his father. Completely unaware of the gravity of the situation, he simply said, "Okay, Daddy." The family shared a rare, quiet moment together, knowing full well that this moment would become part of their story for years to come. So was XAA-12's statement just an innocent child's curiosity, or did he unknowingly give us a glimpse into the future? Was this a subtle hint at something Elon Musk hasn't shared with the world? Yet, could we be looking at a future where robots truly take over, and where XAA-12 might be the one to build them? So, do you think this was just a playful comment from a child, or could there be more to it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.